What is today's topic? Today's topic is clarity, understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. Some people say it a different way. However, we could say wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as well as understanding. There's an understanding that things we learn in the process, and then there are also divine messages that are giving, and then there also are experiences with our eyes and ears that actually get to obtain what I just mentioned. Wisdom. Wisdom comes along with experience. It also comes along with the same elements that I spoke of before. And then, wisdom comes with learning, you know, being able to adapt and being able to learn how not to adapt and pros and cons and ups and downs and etc. Then you have understanding. Understanding allows you to have grasp of insight and also the knowledge of those things that allow you to actually not only obtain but also use as a tool on your journey. With all that being said, the message and the point is that people will feel that you are wasting their time, but they're not counting all the limitless time they have wasted on their own on a day-to-day basis. Meaning that many of us would swipe the phone or we would gossip, we would slander for those who do these things, or we will be messy in many things, meaning dipping and dabbing in things we should not be dipping and dabbing in, whether it's from a energetic perspective or a physical perspective or as well as a spiritual perspective. Either way it goes, it allows you to actually waste a lot of time. Now, I remind you, it's very important to understand. Don't try to understand things that you don't understand, but understand the things that are destined and meant for you to understand. Because in all reality, things come in divine timing, and it is a process of what you already learned or know. I just wanted to leave this little brief moment for some people to marinate on the actions that they take or the thoughts that they think should be. Remember, last but least, there's only one divine being that controls all this. And also, last but least, that the divine being that many call many different names, those who know, those who believe, and those who don't believe, understand that we not running shit when it come down to this. What's good with it? Pablo, shouts out to the 24 people in here. I'm from America. What's up, Harmon or Hammond? How y'all feeling out there tonight and today and evening and afternoon? What's good, Tad? Tad BMX. What the BMX stand for? Are you a content creator? Are you an artist of some sort? I'm just curious. I like that name. Well, I'm doing nothing. Just vibing. How about yourself? Pakistan. Shouts out to Pakistan. Where's everybody from? If you don't mind putting in the chat. TD. What TD stand for? Touchdown? A bike? Okay, nice. Wisconsin in the building. How's the weather up there? Is it cold right now? Is it snowing? I'm from Connecticut, by the way, so I'm pretty aware how cold it can get, especially around the time of December and January. I think my opinion that Wisconsin is a lot colder than New York and Connecticut, and maybe not Vermont and Maine because Vermont and Maine is more closer to the top. Okay, what you do? If you don't mind me asking. Y'all make sure y'all give BMX a follow. He's a content creator. You know, these faces on here real small, so if I'm mistaking you as a male or female, don't take it personal. Please don't. Because why? I said, why not take it personal? Because it doesn't fulfill the moment for you to actually be in the state of mind that you desire to be in. If you're a person that seek positivity, then you can't let your own internal thoughts or emotion disrupt that. Yes, what up? Yes, Ted. What you got going on? How y'all doing out there today? Okay, what type of tricks you doing? Magic tricks? And how long you been doing it? And so I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but you can answer. Of course, you already know you can answer whatever question you would like, but I'm just curious. And what inspired you to do tricks? I remember just bluntly, one of my inspirational things as a kid, I used to do a lot of tricks on bikes and stuff like that. I used to be into that. And I used to also do a lot of tricks on the skateboard. You know, you end up, as you get older, you start losing that desire. But what I like to share with you, even though you have not asked that, is that when you was a kid, um, or many of us, those desires got taken from us. So that's what I love about being a content creator. I give people an opportunity to look at things from a different perspective, along with their perspective, and how it can actually bring clarity to something that they no longer think about, or they scratch their head and wonder why they don't do certain things anymore. So, what I'm saying to say is, as a kid, we desire many things, many professions, and a lot of times what has happened, which I can talk about it in this moment, or I can be requested to talk about it in another different moment, where energy ciphering, meaning people ciphering your energy, your gifts, your desires, and they take that energy and use it for whatever they desire, which is called a energy manipulation and energy exchange. You can also validate what I'm speaking of by actually researching what I'm speaking of to know that I know what I'm talking about. I see a symbol and then I see AND. Let me see what your name is. Santiago, what's good? How you feeling? How you doing? Or are you being sarcastic by saying and? Yo, can y'all do me a favor? Subscribe if you would like, and so could you also like the content, which gives other people an opportunity to say, okay, well maybe there's some interesting things, because you have to understand, I'm just a mediator, but the energy really goes off of what you guys do. You know what I'm saying? It's really about you. It's not about me. I'm just willing to stand in the middle or stand in the forefront, not for myself, but for others. Some people do content creation for money. I do it because I'm told to do certain things to help other people on their journey. They may not feel like I'm a guide, not God, for their journey, but there's a lot of questions that many people pray about that they looking for answers. So I'm just grateful to be blessed to have psychic abilities and abilities to actually help others on their journey. Now I could be selfish with the gift and keep it to myself, which I'm not, and get punished by Most High by not actually sharing the gift. So that's one of the things I like about myself versus someone who knows a lot more than me, but they're willing not to share with others unless they can gain something from it. But yeah, I just jumped on here for a second, you know. But anyway, that's what I had to say for the moment. Until then, Olabade Olugbsean, hope all is well. Blessings be upon you. And till next time, peace. We out of here.